match between our visiting team, the Moore Lady Lions, and your Broken Arrow Lady Tigers. We ask that you please stand and remove your hats in honor of our great nation with our national anthem. First, our visiting team, the Moore Lions. Number 1, Izzy Evershed. Number 2, Kristen Strong. Number 3, Lyric Howell. Number 4, Elise Pope. Number 5, Olivia Kent. Number 6, Jael Mann. Number 7, Sydney Lane. Number 8, Katie Oliver. Number 9, Sabrina Roberts. Number 10, Sydney Nolan. Number 12, McKinley Foster. Number 13, Lyra Razzo. Number 14, Jaylee Bell. Number 15, Brooklyn Cosby. Head coach for the Lions, Coach Annabeth Furley. And now for your Broken Arrow. Number 1, Maddie Hammer. Number 2, Lily Boswell. Number 4, Divine O'Con. Number 8, Aaliyah Owens. Number 11, Haley Roble. Number 14, Cameron Learman. Number 16, Sarah Sixkiller. Number 20, Bella Schondelmeyer. Number 23, Alyssa Childress. Number 26, Olivia Shanahan. Number 43, Emerson Metter. Number 44, Sydney Carew. Number 45, Kelsey Patton. Number 46, Abby Ash. Number 47, Ashley Taylor. Head coach for the Lady Tigers, Coach Ian Boyd.
Hello and welcome in live on ArrowVision. For the first time this season, we've got volleyball action featured for you, and we're looking forward to this one. The Broken Arrow Lady Tigers taking on the Moore Lady Lions. Dylan Rivera here on play-by-play. Kelly Schondelmeyer on color commentary duties, and it's going to be a good one. Coach Schondelmeyer, it is a matchup that last year was probably a marquee matchup. This season looks a little different, though, for the Lady Lions.
Yeah, they came in ranked first last year. They lost in the semis to ultimately the 6A champions, which was Edmond Memorial. They did graduate 9 seniors last year, but they still have a lot of depth on their team. They have 6 seniors that are on the active roster and 4 others that are managers this year. So they still have a lot of that leadership that's within the program. So it should be a good match still.
A couple of players that you had pointed out to me on that side of things to watch out for. Number 14, Jaylee Bell, and number 2, Kristen Strong.
Correct. The coaches were I was just meeting with the coach prior to, and she was just talking about some different things that each team member brings to it. But Jaylee is probably one of their strongest, very committed to the team overall, just a major leader for them. Kristen, just, she's being a setter. Obviously, a setter has to be a lot of people know football references. They have to be the quarterback of the offense. And so she's going to be a natural leader in that regard, solid all around. Her players and coaches just really talked about her being just amazing kindness that she has, and that just spills over to the other teams. And then Izzy, who is their libero, just their little energizer bunny.
Okay, sounds like it'll be interesting to see the Lady Lions in action, but of course the Tigers, our first time able to see them here on ArrowVision. A lot of different things going on this season. They've started out really hot. They were, well, actually the opposite. It was really a 1-3 start, and then things got hot. Now an 11-4 record, and number 2 in 6A behind only Norman. And a lot of talent on this team, and I know Coach Bullen has high expectations for these girls.
Yeah, there's a lot of depth on our team as well. A lot of them have been, even some of the girls that, both of our setters, obviously, they've been on the varsity since they were freshmen. They may not have always seen all the play time, but they have been there, so they know this program, they know this team well.
So here we go. Lily Boswell will be the one to put it in play, the senior leader for the Lady Tigers. Boswell kept it up, but nobody there on the other end of it. And so Moore gets on the scoreboard first.
Yeah, those are really hard when the setter's supposed to be playing defense first and off the net, and those get a little too close. That was the best effort she could have made there.
So very quickly, Jaylee Bell will make her way out onto the floor.
Kristen Strong back to serve for the Lions.
For the Tigers on the floor right now, it's number 2, Lily Boswell, who just got it over the net. Number 4 is Divine O'Con. And another point for Moore.
Yeah, if that's a little indication of what Jaylee's going to do tonight, we're going to have to be on our heels, or on our toes, sorry. That was a straight line shot. That was a great play.
Continuing the Tigers lineup, number 8 is Aaliyah Owens. Number 43 is Emerson Metter. Number 11 is Haley Roble. And Divine O'Con gets the Tigers on the scoreboard.
Divine, I think, is a natural right side. She's so quick. She plays outside right now this year for us. She's played middle. She's pretty much done all the positions, but right side, I just love her. So when she gets in serve receive and she gets to shoot a 4-ball, or a C-ball right there, I love it.
Ball's up for Razzo. Boswell and Roble both dove for it, and it ends up on the floor. Another point for the Lady Lions.
Lyric Howe coming in for the Lions, back to serve.
Number 16 on the floor for the Lady Tigers is Sarah Sixkiller. And now Olivia Shanahan is out there as well for BA, and she's back from an ACL injury. Was able to make her return earlier this week, just in some limited action, but supposed to be easing her back into the lineup, and she's made her way out on the floor already here tonight. Boswell sets, Metter gets it over, but a nice save and a dig for Moore. Same thing on the opposite end, but Metter not able to get it over the net. Good job defensively on both sides. Both Moore able to get a dig, but then Aaliyah Owens on BA's side doing the same thing. Aaliyah Owens sends it to the back line, and there's another point for the Tigers. Aaliyah Owens coming up big.
Aaliyah is such a unique hitter. She has just arms and legs that go everywhere. She's so tall, and you just never know if she's going to go line or cross. She's just been, that's one thing that, you know, having rolled into more of a hitter this year as opposed to setting, she's just so unpredictable in where she's going to go, so that's a huge weapon for us.
Also such a massive presence defensively on the net with her long arms, and another point for the Tigers. It's Lily Boswell that finds that back zone, and it was unmanned. Owens keeps it up, but it goes down to the floor. None of the other Tigers able to get to it. And it's now 5-3.
McKinley checking in. McKinley Foster, senior, checking in for the Lions, back to serve.
Kelsey Patton on the floor for BA. Nice job by the libero Roble. Great dig for more too, but the Tigers will take the point.
Thought we were mirroring each other on our plays there. Both of them had similar digs. Coming in for the Lions is number 10, Sydney Nolan. Leah back to serve for the BA.
Bell tries to get the kill, and a block from the Tigers, but it goes out. And a point for Moore.
Yeah, that was Jaylee Bell again on that kill. Glad she's going out of the game for the moment to give us a little reprieve. Number 4, Elsie Pope coming in.
There are some players that just look like volleyball players, and Jaylee Bell looks like a volleyball
100%.
player. Roble gets underneath it. Owen sets for Boswell.
Nice roll shot by Lily there.
Tigers keeping it up. Again to Boswell. And a point for the Tigers.
That was great control, but you realize the set was just a little bit off. She got ahead on that one. That little stop roll shot is so hard when you have that massive donut on the other side of the court where you can just aim right in, and that's one of Lily's strengths, just seeing those holes and being able to execute on the play. Sarah Six Killer back to serve.
Ball's over, and it just gets over Six Killer's head. She taps her chest and says that one was on her.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is a weak spot in a lot of defenses. Depending if you're playing perimeter or rotational defense, that back corner, it's kind of different coaches run it different ways and who covers that, and unfortunately, they just got caught in the mix there. Jail Man back to serve for the Lions.
Boswell over to Ocon, and that is unable to be handled. What a kill from Ocon.
She's got quite the hang time. She can be up there even if the set is a little off. The timing is just like, there's Divine just still hanging out in midair waiting for that ball.
I know they had just changed positions on her earlier in the season, really at the start of the season, preseason. But they felt like she was just such a natural athlete up there that they had to move her of all the players.
Yeah. Divine, like I said, I mentioned earlier, she's just super versatile. I personally love her on the right side, but for club, she's a middle player. And then here, you know, in 8th grade, I remember her being outside. We joke about it because when she came in 8th grade, that girl could not pass. So it's kind of one of those things like, oh, she's grown in all areas. But Divine, yeah, just a straight athlete.
An incredible shot from Metter gets the Tigers another one, so it's evened up at 7.
Kelsey Patton up to serve.
Moore keeping things alive, and there it goes, a point for the Tigers.
Yeah, a little confusion there. They were saying, the blockers were saying they didn't have a touch, which would have been a 4 on their side, but I don't know. I think Emerson might have caught a little bit on their finger there. Either way, we got the ball back.
These two sides have met once before in this season. On August 22nd, the Tigers won in 2 sets. It was a tournament game, so only go to 3, so the Tigers were able to get a straight sets victory and a tournament win, but it was 25-15 in that first set, then 25-21 in the second set.
And their libero, Izzy Evershed, is back to serve.
Boswell keeps it up, but didn't have much hang time on that ball. Now it gets over.
That was a great save by Aaliyah on the shaping to the ball there. Was able to put it back into play for us to continue the rally.
Just does a nice job there as well. Razzo and Roble able to keep it up in the air. Now Ocon gets it over. Good rally between the two here. Owens sets Ocon. Blocked and kept up. And Moore survives, but it's too long.
Thought that was an injury there for a minute. The girl stayed down on the court over there, and I was watching, but looked like she's okay. Lily Boswell back to serve.
Moore's gonna have to do some work here to keep this one going. They will survive. Boswell flicks it over, keeping the Lady Lions on her toes. 6 killer, and now Boswell over. Ball just gets over.
Yeah, that girl had a great tool right off of our right side block there and just went right down in the net. Back in for the Lions is number 14, Jaylee Bell. Jaylee.
It'll be Kristen Strawn to serve for Moore.
Oh, he is saying that it was a throw. So it is back to our ball, and Lily got that point.
I did see the official point BA's way, but Moore started celebrating, so I thought maybe he just signaled wrong and we were all confused, but seems like the confusion has come to a stop and the Tigers get the point, but Moore gets it right back.
Yeah, usually that call is it's if the hitter's shoulder's leading ahead, and if they're pulling it from behind here, he's gonna call that a throw in a sense. He called that a couple times earlier this evening, and so I knew that was his thing. Every ref has a thing that they kind of watch: net violations, doubles, whatever it may be, and that was his thing tonight. Now I know the line judge had called out, but he awarded the point to the Lions, so I'm curious what's going to happen right here.
He is having a conversation with the team captain, Kristen Strawn.
Yeah, they're actually not allowed to jump off the bench, and so that is what the violation was.
Just a bench warning.
A bench warning, yes. And ultimately, he gave the point to the Lions. Now back to serve is Kristen Strong.
So after some housekeeping, we get back underway. Strawn to serve.
Great pass by Sarah there.
And the ball gets over. Metter able to get a point for the Tigers.
Liv Shanahan coming back in. You referenced her earlier, how she's been out all season. This practice, she had her appointment on Wednesday, and the moment we all heard, I practiced on the other end of the court, and I just hear this cheering going crazy, and here I look over and they're all like, Shanahan's back, she's coming back. So they were all pretty excited, which timing was pretty great, because our other DS went down with an injury in practice. Cameron Laram, she is a senior, and she got hit right in the face by one of our players during practice the other day, so she's unfortunately out today.
Yes, I just went down and asked her about it, and she said it hit her square in the nose.
Square in the nose.
She was complaining about the swollen nose more than the concussion.
Yeah, she's ready to play. She's a competitor. If she could be back out there, she would be right now. Great block by Emerson up there.
Moore gets it over. Shanahan, Boswell, Metter, and a great block from Moore. It's J.L. Mann defensively.
Lyric Howe back to serve. We'll take
Ball
that
doesn't make it over the net, so the Tigers get a point, and that's a freebie right there.
Yeah, we got to use that to our benefit right now.
So Haley Roble to serve, junior DS. Jamie Bell gets it over.
Great save by Lily there.
And it was just flicked over by Kelsey Patton, but flicked too far. And a point for the Lady Lions, keeping things even at 12.
McKinley Foster coming in for the Lions. Yeah, that's such a hard play when it's an overpass like that. The setter has one option, but if they had a block up there, that's always going to be called against the setter. Back row attack, so Lily did a great job getting out of the ball and trying to keep it into play.
Another service error for Moore, so another point for the Tigers.
Sydney Nolan checking back in. Oh, just kidding. That is the libero that went in for her. She was a middle, so Izzy is back there.
Owens serving for BA. Owens set goes a little far and out of Patton's reach.
Yeah, she was trying to run a 3-ball there, and unfortunately just got a little close to the net.
And so again, we are even, this time at 13.
Number 4, Elise Pope coming in to serve. She's a sophomore.
Mentioned that it's been a very different season for Moore. They finished 30-4 last year, including playoffs. And this season off to a 5-12 start, ranked number 14 in 6A right now. So obviously the tides have turned, and you talked about losing a lot of seniors. So it's a different roster for the Lady Lions, but certainly still a dangerous opponent. They've been able to play some pretty close matches with some of the head honchos of 6A. And so the Tigers will have to make sure they are on their P's and Q's tonight.
Yeah, clearly they're putting the ball into play for us today, and with the score being 14-13, they're no walk in the park for sure. They're hustling like crazy all over the floor. There, Rizzo is coming in for the Lions.
Serve from JL Mann. Owens gets underneath it, but that's all she can do. And Moore gets another point on the board.
Yeah, JL had a nice little float there. It just sank right into the middle of the court. Those are hard to dig up when we're stuck on our feet there a little bit in the heels in the concrete.
Roble and O'Con almost run into each other there, trying to get underneath that one. And a quick word with the team from O'Con, and a timeout now, and Bullen wants a quick word.
Yeah, that's been a struggle. Obviously, when I'm usually on the bench with the team, we're always doing stats and looking, and serve-receive has been a little bit of a struggle for us as of late. We're kind of averaging 1.57, which basically means every pass is rated a 3, where you could set all 3 hitters, a 2, or maybe you can set 2 of them, or 1. It's basically just keeping the ball alive. A 0 is obviously a shanked pass, or they got aced, and when you're averaging 1.5-ish as an overall, that's not been great. Now, we have just come off of our last match, we were out of 2, which was awesome. It means we had more 2 or 3 ball passes. And so that's been a struggle for us a little bit. I know they're trying to really focus on that in practices, but tonight Moore is definitely taking advantage and exposing some of that weakness for us tonight.
Another thing I know that's been focused on in practice was the service errors and trying to make sure you're hitting things into the right zones, not hitting it right at the libero, who's definitely going to dig it out,
yeah.
Those sorts of things. And tonight, haven't seen too much of the negative side of that. Of course, it is early, still just in this first set. Over to O'Con. Moore keeps it up. One for Razzo. O'Con and Owens run into each other. Roble keeps it up, and Six Killer tries to get it over, but it's too low.
Yeah, I think just a little bit of lack of communication that we're dealing with right now. The girls, I'm confident we'll figure it out, but right now they just got to go through the struggle of getting past some of those things. JL Mann still serving for the Lions.
Six Killer digs it out. Patton gets it over.
There we go, net violation on the Lions.
So a point for the Tigers.
Oh, no, he didn't call a net violation. He called over in 2, or double contact, sorry. Middle, Kelsey Patton is getting ready to serve for BA.
Ball goes off J.L. Mann, and a service ace for Patton.
Usually we specialize in a lot of our aces, and unfortunately that's our first one tonight. I'm sitting here doing stats while we're talking, and that's the game changer, I think. We're not putting away and winning serves when we're not keeping our serve and winning our points. We're winning our serves off of siding out. So we need to pick that up if it's going to change the game today.
They go right back at J.L. Mann.
Great dig by Kelsey in the back.
O'Con gets it over, and another point for the Tigers on the O'Con kill. Knotted up at 17.
Great serve, Kelsey. Ooh, that was definitely a lift, but they let that one go.
Boswell gets it over, and there's the point for BA.
Kelsey didn't, or Lily didn't like that. She said, I'm gonna take care of this one.
Lily Boswell committed to go play volleyball at University of Central Oklahoma. And Coach Bullen, in my conversations with him, he's described her as being that quarterback for this team. She's going to touch the ball a lot. You're going to see her set just about every single player on this roster up at some point tonight. And she's getting awfully close to a career record in assists.
Yeah, Lily is just such a dynamic player. She's a real leader out there. She is the one that she's going to go for every ball. We joke, she always wants to show me a new bruise that she's got on her elbow or knees or face or what. I don't even know. She's just got them covered. But that just really is a testament to what kind of player she is. She's going to go all out for her team. And she's a really good court leader. Sometimes you have setters that aren't, and she directs the traffic well. So that is a huge strength that we have in our program. It's going to be a big loss for her, but there's plenty behind her as well. Obviously, you see a junior, Aaliyah Owens, who's out there, and she's usually been setting as well. This is the first year we switched back to a 5-1 because Aaliyah has just been nailing the ball for us on hitting. So she'll take over the setting realms when Lily's gone.
Ball over to O'Con. She gets up, but she hits the stick, and it will be a point for Moore.
Yeah, antenna violation over there. Sydney Nolan back in for the Lions. Izzy Evershed back to serve.
Serving for the Lions, number 1, Izzy Evershed.
Yeah, we were just talking about leadership of Lily, and already just in that little delay, she's sitting there talking to all her hitters, telling them what's going on. Nice.
Boswell, instead of going for the set, just flicks it over in a beautiful decision. A great choice to just dump that over and get the point.
Yeah, we're often talking, some of the coaches that are sitting on the bench are often talking to her, and it's like, now's your time, now's your time. Here's a position 2, position 4, it's wide open. And she's great about seeing that.
And this time the ball gets through for Moore.
Yeah, just a little late on the block on that, unfortunately.
Jaylee Bell getting back out onto the floor for Moore.
Number 2, Kristen Strong back to serve.
Owens sends that over with speed, but Strawn able to keep it up.
That's a great line dig back there.
Goes over to O'Con. That one was a little more off speed. Kept up. Boswell, O'Con, and Owens just tries to get that one over, but can't do so.
One of the new rules that they have implemented this year is that double contact. You can do it on the first one, and even they've called it, no longer called it on the second play, but if it's going over with the shifty hands, then that's when the penalty would be called.
Ball may have been long, and they will say it was in. So a point for Moore.
He's calling it. The line judge is calling it out, but I think he's thinking that there was a touch because he was looking down at the R2 ref, and I think she's calling touch, but the line judge clearly said out. Usually they'll go to what the R2 says, unless she's not 100% sure.
So a quick conversation. Score right now 20-19 with Moore in front.
This one might be reversed because the line judge seems pretty confident in what she's calling. Yep.
So it is a point for the Lady Tigers, and the ball went too far out, and no touch from BA.
Liv Shanahan coming in to check in for the Tigers.
Six killer, Boswell, and back over to six killer, blocked.
There you go, Emerson.
Metter gets it over. Good job by Roble defensively. Roble trying to set six killer, going across, and a great dig out from the libero. And another great dig from the libero, but this time it's the BA colors. And then a point for six killer. The Tigers come up big on that rally.
It was great movement. I was just getting worried that they were setting her a little too much, that we needed to clear out the outside, but she's a quick transitioner, and she knows how to control the ball well.
Strawn flicks it, and a great dig from Shanahan. And now Owens, but it's out.
Yeah, I think they thought a touch or something happened there, but clearly it didn't. Yeah, that last play with Shanahan, she has soccer in her blood, so she knows how to move and move quickly. It's great to have her back with our team.
That was one thing that Coach Bowen had mentioned with Shanahan, and getting her back was the speed that she brings and the reaction time that she has, and clearly you could see it on that play. Strawn sets up man, blocked by Owens. Now it's Bell going off speed. Strawn again sets up man. Boswell gets a touch to it. Roble, and sent back over. Blocked, kept alive, and falling to the floor. A point for Moore.
Lyric Howell back to serve.
And a service ace for Howell. Roble was there. It looked like it was just a step too far out in front of her, and she wasn't able to get underneath it in time. So it's 23-21 with a timeout for Broken Arrow.
Yeah, like I said earlier, a serve receive is going to be our Achilles heel here that we have got to pick up. We've got to improve in set two.
What do you think Coach Bowen's message is to the girls right now?
Move your feet. No doubt. Reading the hitters, they're swinging at everything. They're only tipping when they're off, but they're swinging, and so reading body angles, watching if they're closing their shoulders, watching their arms swing. But having an ace, getting an ace on a serve is just one of the most frustrating things as a coach. Somebody has to be going for that. And pursuing it forward, running through. And so I think a lot of times we get caught on our heels, and then we're not able to make that split second move forward. And so I think that's what happened right there.
So Lyric Howell will go back to serve once again.
Out.
This one's too long, so a point for BA.
We like to say that is the point for the coach when we call a timeout and they miss that serve. I always tell my team that is a red light serve. When you get in there, that serve after timeout better go in.
Great effort from Roble to keep things going. Moore gets a touch to it so the Tigers can reset. Strawn to Bell. Six killer is blocked up front, and it's a point for Moore. Sydney Nolan getting the hands up.
Yeah, that was one thing that when I was talking to Bullen prior to the game, just their strong their strength as a team is their block. When they were here at that tournament, he said they put up a strong block, and that was obviously evident right there.
Owens goes off speed, and a great choice and a great finish.
Yeah, she saw that outside, not back, over to her position, or the right side, I'm sorry, the opposite, not in that little tip position, and she took advantage of that.
Saw Coach Bullen with his hands on his knees talking to Aaliyah right before that serve, and I wonder if he had let her know, hey, that's there. A block from the Tigers, and it's Patton dumping it over on the opposite side. Now things are neck and neck again at 24.
I'm so involved in what's going on, I haven't even paid attention to the score. I had no clue it was that close.
A service error from Owens gets more to 25. Elise Pope to serve for Moore. Roble digs.
Ooh, tried to do a slide there, got a little off. Kelsey was able to make a play on that.
Boswell flicks it hard, and a point for BA. That change to the off-speed just dump over rather than the set is so quick that you have to react in the blink of an eye to see that one coming.
Yeah, that is, like we said, Lily's specialty. She would, the other day when we were doing stats, I think she was one of the top killers, and it was all because of setter dumps. Great save by Haley there.
Ocon gets it over. Boswell sets.
Touch.
Ocon.
Didn't call that.
And a point for Moore. Coach Bullen wanted a touch as well.
Yeah, it looked like it, but like you said, sometimes those balls are going too fast, and you're gonna miss something. And unfortunately, you would think it's right in front of the R1, but perspective, sometimes it's hard to see.
Ocon goes off speed. And able to get a hand underneath, but it may have been just too late, and the Tigers get a point. Back and forth we go. And now Kelsey Patton to serve. Boswell kept it up, but unable to keep it in.
Libero, Izzy Evershed back to serve.
Tigers libero gets back out onto the court. Haley Roble returns and instantly gets a touch to it. Block from the Tigers, and a point for BA. BA coming up big on the front line.
We're talking about sometimes you got to clear that when it was getting there, and Emerson took advantage of them kind of keeping it right there in the middle of the court. Lily back to serve.
Set up for Razzo and blocked, but it goes out. (28-27), Moore in front.
There, Razzo on that kill right there for the Lions. Senior Kristen Strong back to serve.
This first set's been a bit of a nail biter. And I don't know if it'll ever end. Boswell goes across the court to Owens. And that goes out. So there it is, 29-27. Moore takes the first set. We'll step aside for a quick commercial break and come right back here live on ArrowVision.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Get your taste buds ready, because we're bringing all the drip and none of the drama with our new sauced and tossed tender bites. They're juicy, crispy, and sauced like a boss. Bite into your new obsession. Only at Slim Chickens.
It's time to update your kitchen, just for you. Kitchen Tune-Up will make your kitchen look and feel transformed. Let's create a kitchen that inspires and uplifts you. Kitchen Tune-Up. Update, upgrade, uplift.
Get your taste buds ready, because we're bringing all the drip and none of the drama with our new sauced and tossed tender bites. They're juicy, crispy, and sauced like a boss. Bite into your new obsession. Only at Slim Chickens.
Set 2 just moments away here on ArrowVision. We thank you for tuning in tonight. Dylan Rivera here on play-by-play duties with Kelly Schondelmeyer handling the color commentary. The Lady Tigers lose the first set 29-27. But of course, there is still promise here. The Tigers played well. There's a lot of things they could improve on, but certainly didn't look like they were down in the dumps.
Yeah, no, there's definitely things to work on. Like I said, we've been mentioning about the serve receive, but honestly, we are a strong serving team. Even our last game, our match, we served 95% as a team. And tonight, we've only got points off of 7 of our serves, 8. I guess there's an ace in there. That's a difference. That is a difference if we're going to be able to pursue and win the game. We've got to do better in that regard and spot serve a little bit more aggressively. Like I said, we're known for aces, and we're not getting them tonight. We've only had 1 out of the entire set and only winning 7 points off of our serve. So those are the things that I'm sure they talked about in the huddle. But, you know, sometimes in coaching we said we don't know which 15, 16, 17-year-old girls are going to show up for this match, you know. So it's a new set. Wipe the slate clean and let's start over, and it's the benefit of going 5 sets.
Tigers came into tonight with 2 straight sets wins in a row, beating Owasso and Sapulpa with 8 straight sets victories total, or not 8 straight, I guess, but 8 total straight sets victories. Don't get your tongue tied there. And 4 of those were in tournament play, but that streak will come to an end tonight.
Whew. We lucked out there. Sarah was diving for a ball, but didn't realize how close to the sideline she was, but thankfully she did not touch that ball. Tigers point. Lily Boswell back to serve for the Tigers.
On the floor, it's Boswell, Roble, Six Killer, Owens, Metter, and Ocon. Owens sends it over to Ocon. Blocked and just barely kept in. A point for Moore. And there's that block up front for Moore once again, coming up big.
Lyra Razzo really putting up a strong block tonight. I mean, she's had great tools off of our blocks. She's having a great game tonight. Back to serve for them is Lyric Cowell, senior.
Howell had an ace in the first set. This time the Tigers are able to receive it. Libero barely gets under that, and an easy point for the Tigers as Moore unable to respond in time.
Yeah, looks like a little miscommunication there and who was taking that dig, and so it set them off, thankfully, to our favor. Shanahan back to serve. It's the other positive of having her back. She is a strong server. She has this little float that just sinks right there behind the 10-foot. She usually gets us a lot of points.
And a great kill shot from Sarah Sixkiller. And the Tigers now jump in front 3-1. Man receives the serve and gets it right back, goes to the far side, and it's out. And another point for BA. Jaylee Bell keeps it alive. Strong gets it over. Owens off speed, and a great choice once again for the Tigers to go off speed there, just getting it over those blockers and getting another point up. 5-1 score line, and Moore needs a timeout.
Yeah, it's a much better start, and even already our stats, we've gotten 4 points off of our serves with 2 servers. So that's a much better start. That's what we're used to. So like I said, I think that was the discussion in between sets that this needs to happen. This is our strength. When you're a 95% serving average as a team, there's just no excuse. That's the way we win games. And so they came out, mission understood, and here we go.
Broken Arrow playing well here in set number 2, and it's not like, again, they had played poorly in set 1, just trailed by a couple of points by the end of it. So didn't go their way in set 1, but a chance to respond here in set 2, and the Tigers seem to be answering that call. Just about set to get back underway, and Olivia Shanahan will serve.
Little outside, almost outside the antenna, but it's a nice stretch by the right side to pull that up.
Owens goes off speed again, and again BA gets a point off of it.
Four consecutive serves for Shanahan with points.
Boswell sets Sixkiller. Now Bell tries to get it over, and Moore gets a second point on the board.
Yeah, she's clearly a weapon on that right side. When she's in, they're feeding her the ball majority of the time, and you can see why. She's executing very well. Back to serve is McKinley Foster, senior for the Lions.
And a service error, so it goes right back to the Lady Tigers.
Haley Roble back to serve.
Sydney Nolan on the floor, actually comes right back off the floor as they make a change on the Moore side.
It's when it's kind of confusing. A lot of people don't understand that, but if you have a serving specialist come in, technically the middle that would have been in that position has to come back on the court in order for the libero to go back on. So that's what was happening there. The serving specialist comes out, the middle goes on, and then switches back out with the libero.
It's just a game of musical chairs, isn't it?
Exactly. That was one of the biggest things I've had to explain when the libero rules and all that with family and just people like, who's that person in a different colored jersey and what are the rules? And sometimes they change, and they change versus even within club ball. Nice block by Kelsey and Aaliyah.
Broken Arrow is off to a hot start here in set 2. It is now 9-2 for BA. Roble's serve catches a whiff of the net there before hitting the floor. And Moore will make a quick change here with Elise Pope taking the place of Jaylee Bell.
These are the 3 rotations we need to take advantage of when she's on the sideline. Great pass by Haley.
Great job by Patton to send it over quickly, but Moore sniffs it out.
Oh,
Owens
a little
keeps
late,
it up.
Late to the block, but we were able to pull that back up.
Ball over and out, and BA gets another point. Great read from Boswell.
Nice ace.
Ace for Aaliyah Owens. Unable to keep that one in play. Strawn was just able to slide underneath it, but Owens' speed too much, that spin too much, and a point for BA. Lyric Howell can't get it over the net from the back line, and BA gets another one up.
Yeah, that's obviously to our favor. It may not be an ace, but she was able to get them out of system on the Lions side, which then, you know, kind of puts them in a bit of a scramble, and in that case went into the net. So great play execution on our side.
It's a difficult spot to find yourself in when you're on the back line, having to try to send that over and try to get a point. Obviously, it's not a good position to be in.
It can be great. It depends on who's back there, obviously. You know, like that's, we actually haven't done it too much tonight, but Lily, before, mark my words, before we're done, she will find Aaliyah back there. And it just puts it, because the timing is different for a blocker watching a back row attack. And so you try and take advantage of them being out of place or misreading that. And so we have some, you know, Aaliyah is probably the main one that we set in the back row. And you know, like this case, they had one of their hitters that's been executing tonight. So it is, if you can execute it, it is a dangerous weapon to have, another tool in your tool belt, like I like to say. And so we'll see what happens with BA. I'm surprised we haven't done it yet.
But certainly not something that every player can pull off.
No, for sure. Usually there's a big celebration if you see a DS, don't it?
Ball goes soaring out of play, and a point for the Tigers.
It's actually a self-celebration on the DS's part because they want everyone to notice that they got it over.
Don't get to score too often when you're on that back line, so when you do, got to make sure everybody knows.
Yeah. We laughed about it last week. Haley actually had 3 kills as a libero because of free ball kills or, you know, going over. And when we were doing stats, we're like, well, you're 100%.
Boswell puts some steam on a ball and finds another point for BA. 14-3. The Tigers running away with it right now.
Clearly a different start than the last set. And unfortunately, sometimes we do that. Oh, nice try.
Bodies flying everywhere, but unable to keep it up. The Tigers get another point. Sometimes there is an element of just getting out of the blocks a little slow, and maybe that's the case for the Tigers here tonight. That first set, just wash it away and reset here with set number 2 and a 15-4 scoreline.
Yeah, they're not too hard on themselves. A lot of them, they really have good energy. They know what they're capable of. They know the athleticism that we have on the team, the leadership we have on the team. We have 6 seniors and maybe not even just a court presence, but they are like just a team dynamic presence, and they all really get along. I remember at the beginning of the season when they were in Branson for team camp, I was just, you know, I saw the picture of the team that Bullen was taking to varsity, and I'm just like, okay, that team loves each other. That team really has good camaraderie, and you'll see it in moments when they're down and they're able to really rally. They're not mad at each other. It's just like, hey, I know you can do this, and they're able to kind of press and hold each other accountable there and get out of it.
I know that's one thing that Coach Bullen has been really happy about, that this year this team is so connected, not only on the floor but off the floor, and how much that helps in play. And there is a whistle.
Net violation on number 9 on the Lions. It's hard to hear those whistles sometimes when you're in the middle of the play.
Especially in this event center. It can get pretty loud pretty quickly.
Yeah.
6-Killer will serve.
Oh, Divine. She almost had a slam dunk on that one.
Point for Strawn. And the Lady Lions get one back, 17-5. Patton puts it out, and a point for the Lady Lions.
Yeah, just overran that. I'm trying to do that little back A. Just didn't quite transition enough in order to come on top of it.
The ball goes out, and Sixkiller, I thought,
Hit
did
it
a
with her
nice
head.
job playing dodgeball on that one.
I think she thought it was like, oh, her hair came up. Maybe it did. I don't know. Or maybe it was just the wind. But, yeah, her hair's up. Aaliyah out there being a good teammate, trying to help her get pretty again. Overpass. Nice.
Tigers have played really well here in set 2. And if you need any more evidence than the scoreboard, I don't know what you need. It's 19-6 right now. Strong's gonna have to scramble for this one, able to keep it in. Ocon. Another whistle.
In the
and
net.
another net violation for Moore.
That's the main thing that the R2's watching for. They're the net violation people. So, you know, sometimes you're like, oh, there's no net. Well, that is their main job, is to sit there staring at the net. So I usually don't argue too much with it. Sometimes, but not.
Well, you have to sometimes. Owens dumps it over. Razzo. Boswell sets Metter. And what a kill for Metter. That one had the juice.
Yep, she was ready for that one.
All smiles here as she comes off the floor. And coming out onto the floor for BA is Sydney Caroon. Good serve from Patton, and it hits the floor. Miscommunication for Moore, and the Tigers are up 22-6. Nolan tries to get it over, blocked by the Lady Tigers, and Caroon able to just push that one over the net, and a point for BA. And now a familiar name here, Bella Schondelmeyer out on the floor.
Yeah, might be a little partial to that player right there.
We'll have all the inside knowledge on her at least.
Yeah, exactly.
.17 differential becomes 18 on the service ace from Kelsey Patton.
6 straight service points from Kels right there. That is almost matching what we had the first set, which is the difference.
Tigers have found the sweet spot back there.
Yep, little touch. I thought, oh, he's calling in. I thought it was maybe a touch there on a little bit on that side, but he must have saw a different line.
This one was close, but called in. And a point for the Lady Lions. Tigers just need one more to close this thing out, 24-7.
Look for Sydney to be set here. Oh, no, going out to D.
The Ocon!
Nice.
And a kill for Divine Ocon puts set number 2 to bed. All smiles for BA right now as they've evened things up at 1 set apiece. 25-7 the scoreline for set number 2. Set number 3 is not too far away. Keep it right here live on ArrowVision.
Hey BA Tiger fans, now's the time to show your school spirit. Support your favorite school with the Broken Arrow School Pride debit card from TTCU Federal Credit Union. The only card that gives back to Broken Arrow every time you use it.
Since the program began, TTCU has donated over $350,000 to Broken Arrow Public Schools. That's a lot of support from fans just like you.
Whether you're a student, parent, or proud Tiger fan, your everyday purchases can make a difference.
With TTCU, you're not just banking, you're backing your school and local community. Join the thousands of TTCU members who are already using the Broken Arrow card.
It's super simple. Use your BA card and TTCU donates.
Thank you, TTCU, and thank you, Tiger fans. Support our school with every purchase. Go Yay!
Hey Tigers, I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon. The city is preparing for the next general obligation bond election in April of 2026. Just like the improvements to Albany Street in front of the high school, bonds help pay for upgrades to public infrastructure like streets and intersections, public safety services, parks improvements, and more here in our great community. To find out more about the bond process, visit the city website. Thank you for helping us build our future. Broken Arrow, enjoy the
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Back here at the Broken Arrow Events Center, live on ArrowVision with the Lady Tiger volleyball team knotted up 1-1 in the sets with more here on ArrowVision. And it is a tale of two different halves, really. If you want to talk about, like, you know, sports terms, it's a tale of two halves. This is a tale of two sets, right? You've got the first set, which didn't go the Tigers' way, 29-27 final. Moore was able to get that one. And then the Broken Arrow Tigers just came out and obliterated Moore in set number 2 with a 25-7 score line. And you said one of the keys was making sure that you were getting points off of serves, and BA was able to do that in set number 2.
Yeah, totally the difference maker here. We need, I mean, even Coach Boulin said to win, we need to execute and win off their serves when we were talking before, because of being such a 95% serving rate, and major difference. The first set, like I said, we earned 7 of our own points. The second set, 19. That is huge. They only gave us 6 points or whatever that, 6 points. So that is the difference. And clearly everyone went on a serving run. Aaliyah, Kelsey, Shanahan, just that's what we need to do. That needs to be our game plan. And that is a strength of ours. So I think just an abnormal first set, unfortunately. But we're moving on.
A lot of really great all-around play in set 2, and you want to build on that here in set number 3. Razzo gets it over. A great dig from Roble, and somehow BA able to keep it alive.
Emerson just extended that long hand as a middle and was able to keep that ball up.
We're still going here. Strawn kept up again. It's Owens. Roble to Ocon, and that'll be it there. A point for the Lady Lions.
Our luck ran out a little bit there of crazy hand plays.
BA was surviving by the skin of their teeth on that one.
Sometimes we're okay with that, and we celebrate it just as any other point, though, so it's all good.
A point is a point. Nobody takes a picture of it and puts it on the score sheet.
Great pass by Six Killer.
Ocon gets it over. Dug out by Strawn. Good block from Metter.
I knew Lily was going to do that. Literally was sitting here watching. Lily, position 1, wide open, and then she nails it.
Very methodical with the choice of where to place that ball.
I tend to talk to her most during the game because I was a setter in high school, and so I'm always like watching for spots and things to do those dumps, and so like literally I'm sitting here watching. There's 1, 1, 1, go to 1, go to 1. She nailed it.
An open zone in the backside of the Tigers defense.
Number 3 coming in, Lyric Howell, senior, getting ready to serve for the Lions. I'd like to see us use our middles more this round. Kelsey did not get as many attacks as I think that she's capable of, and even Emerson. So hopefully this set will use some of those to our advantage.
Tigers called it out that it was going to go out of play, but instead it falls down within play. And a point for Moore.
When it hits the top of the tape like that, it's hard to get it up. It slows down the ball enough, and you're not in position, and you kind of just hope for the best. And if I had somebody that could specialize in that kind of serve, I would. It's so hard to defend.
Owens tries to get to that one, but the bench is in the way. And it's a service ace for Lyric Howell, her second tonight.
We have a big playing field or playing area here, so we're usually able to extend plays like that, but sometimes when it goes on that side, it just catches us up. Either a coach, I've dodged many players before.
Just about the only obstacle out here is this side of the floor. Everything is open elsewhere, and it's pretty wide open.
Yeah.
At that.
Yep. Just a miscommunication there on that right side. Dropped right there in front of the 10-foot line. Haley's back to serve for the Tigers. Out of system ball, back row attack. Ooh, got caught up.
And it goes out, so a second time tonight, Moore's had to strike from that back line, and it has not worked out for him.
Yeah, they're just
to serve again.
Discussing that change right now with their coach over there. Ooh, just caught the back corner.
So an ace from Roble, and that one could not have been placed much better.
That is actually one of Haley's superpowers, is hitting that corner. I don't know how many aces she gets back there in a match usually. She's really good about that spot.
Roble gets underneath it, pops it up for Boswell.
Nice line shot by 6. Roll.
Man. Boswell sets Patton. Boswell going for that quick strike again. Moore's on top of it this time. Setting Owens. Blocked. Kept up until then. Nolan able to get a kill.
Yeah, great hit by Sydney there. Taking advantage of a little overpass, and unfortunately, usually they're just not able to defend it because you're all up covering your hitter, and then all of a sudden you have that come down in your face, and it's too hard to get back to that line.
Serve goes too long, and another point for BA. Seen a lot of service errors for Moore here tonight, and certainly that's something they're going to want to clean up if they are going to take any sort of set victories here today.
Leah Owens back to serve for the Tigers. Nice.
Howell gets blocked by Patton, and she comes up standing tall over that net.
Yeah, we were just talking about the timing with that back row attack, and she had perfect timing, went up, and was able to make that stuff block.
Strawn over to Jaylee Bell.
There's a back row attack, Leah.
Owens gets a strong hand behind that one.
Ooh, called a double, I think. See what he's called. Oh, called him a lift. Came behind her head a little bit too much on that.
So it goes against Moore, and a point for BA. 7-5. One thing I feel like I see the coaching staff saying a lot to the girls, especially the ones up front, is getting your shoulders in the correct position when you're trying to strike. I just saw Shirola jump up and tell Aaliyah that as she was going back to serve.
Yeah. Sometimes it's their toss, sometimes it's the shoulders getting ahead of it, hitting. You know, that one was just that back row attack. I think she was just a little bit in front of it, and so she wasn't able to get kind of what we call like the C or a banana pose, where you're taking your strike in here, and your body is kind of almost like somebody sucker punching you in the stomach, and the way you're able to use your muscles and propel that ball forward. And I think she was just a little too much ahead of it and wasn't able to have full momentum and snap down on that.
I'm going to talk to our ArrowVision team and see if we can get a Kelly cam, because I think the people at home need to see what you were just doing in your chair.
Imitating.
Very good body language from you there.
Thank you. I'm pretty animated. They joke I'm definitely the most animated coach on the roster.
Patton dumps it down and gets a point for BA. 9-6, Tigers in front.
It's funny, at the beginning of the season, I was asking Bowling, because I just recently moved up to the high school. I've been doing, I kind of been managing the overseeing all of the middle school program for the last several years. I really love it. But he asked me to come for freshman this year, and I decided, you know what, might as well. But we had a spirit night, and I'm like, no, you all dress up for these things, right? and he's like, oh, I think you're going to be the only one. I'm like, when has that ever bothered me?
That does not stop Kelly Shondemeyer.
No, come on, I'm the youngest of 4. You know the baby's up for anything, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So we're all decked out in USA tonight.
I got you. I got you. Certainly a great night to honor everybody that is in service. They had the fire team out and police officers out for the JV game, and honored Broken Arrow Police and Broken Arrow Fire earlier on this evening on a night that, of course, we don't want to forget what happened in 2001. And, of course, we are here playing volleyball, but still able to do that through the game.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great to see all of them, and even Bullen brought out a former one of the first responders up there was a former player for BA on our state team that won in, I think it was 2018, and she's now a first responder. So it was kind of cool, full circle, getting to see her and honoring her tonight too. Kelsey Patton back to serve for the Tigers.
11-6 score line. It's Patton, Six Killer, Owens, Ocon, Metter, and Boswell on the floor. This time their jump, it looked like, and it goes out, so a point for Moore.
I think that was one of those, oh, I can see a hole, or I'm too close, my approach is off, should I roll, should I tip, should I? Okay, it's going out.
Just overthinking it. Sometimes it's best just to get up there and take a swing at it.
Teenage girls overthinking things? Come on now.
Boswell to Ocon. Strawn has to get it over.
Nice position, Emerson.
Metter with a no-looker. Eyes in the back of her head, trying to snipe one of those holes in the defense. And BA now in front, 12-8.
Well, she found it there in position 2, so great job to Emerson.
A service error for the Tigers, so it's a point for Moore, and now they will be doing the serving. It'll be Kristen Strawn. Lady Tigers, as I mentioned earlier on, 11-4 this season, but what's maybe most impressive is the Lady Tigers are 10-0 against 6A opponents, and that's something that I know Coach Bullen and the girls are pretty proud of. Able to beat the top of the heap so far this season.
Absolutely. We faced Edmond Memorial in our home tournament here, and you know, I think they just really saw what they're capable of, and it really kind of put a fire under all of them to keep pushing past their limits, and just kind of got on that winning train and not been slowed down yet.
The 4 losses this year have come to 3 different schools. Mount St. Mary has beaten BA twice, and they were the 2024 5A champs. Community Christian beat BA. Community Christian is 19-1 this season. And Bishop McGuinness, who's number 1 in 5A. So all of the losses, although they've been to smaller schools, are against really respectable opponents.
Very much so. If you've never seen the Christian community team, holy cow, they are a very dynamic program. So I know we gave them a run for their money when we played them at our tournament, but they are always a powerhouse team.
Owens goes lefty for that one. Strawn, Nolan, good dig from Six Killer. Boswell keeps it up. A block from Metter, and a point for the Tigers.
Yeah, she was just their middle was just a little too far off the net on that one, and Emerson was able to capitalize on the angle of which it was going to come down. So great execution by Emerson there. Shanahan in for the game for the Tigers to serve. Let's hope she does what she did last time with 4 service wins here.
Strong comes running all the way across the floor to get to that one, and a point for Jaylee Bell. Roble unable to get there in time.
Yeah, a little off speed with the roll shot there, and just misread the block or the angle of the hitter on that one. Lyric Howell back to serve.
Number 15, Brooklyn Cosby, makes her first appearance here tonight for Moore.
Oh, got you front row. I was like, no, I think there's a Lyrics in there to serve.
Roble immediately clapped her hands in frustration. She knew she had missed that one. And an ace for Howell. Tied up at 13. And a service error for Lyric Howell.
Tigers huddling up there and saying, all right, let's use this. We got to use this to our benefit. It's time to go. And no one better than Haley. She's a great server we have on our roster.
Was able to get an ace not too long ago. Headed for that back corner.
Off. Ooh.
And that'll go out of play. Moore just discombobulated there up front.
Yeah, that three ball set is really effective, but if the timing of the set is off just a bit and nobody's following up on that backside for the the outside hitter, it can do that.
Strong gets it over. Owens gets underneath it. Boswell a 6-killer.
Nice
job by Roble. This is Jaylee Bell. Roble again diving down, but can't get there in time. And it is a point for Moore.
Olivia Kent back to serve for the Lions.
Don't think that we've called her name here tonight either.
Yeah, I don't think so. Unless I just missed it, but I haven't seen her. She's a sophomore.
Serve too low. And another point for the Tigers, and the ball goes right back to BA.
Because she was going in as the other serving specialist. So you'll see the middle do that little swap I told you about. So they switched her out for a different girl. I think the last one had missed a couple of her serves, and so trying somebody new. Aaliyah back to serve for the Tigers.
Strong pops it up for Bell. Boswell sets Patton. And it's a point for Moore.
That's again one of those calls that has kind of been his thing tonight, and she just got her body a little too ahead of her arm and called a lift on that one. Elise Pope back to serve.
Roble, Owens, 6-killer, Shanahan, Patton, and Boswell for BA. Owens not there in time, and an ace for Moore.
Again, that hitting the tape at the top, hard to dig that. Completely slows down the ball and makes it dead and just drops.
A great read from Roble there on the back line, letting that one go. And I love the way that the Tigers are set up when the serve is coming in from the opponent. They have their back line backed up just enough that if it goes over their head, they almost know that it's going to go out.
Yeah, well, obviously, if you would have saw that in that play, Shanahan was doing the job that she needed to do. It was going towards Haley, but Shanahan was the one that was backing up to run that out of, or to call it out. So obviously, it's a team sport for a reason, and she did her job there for Haley to make that play.
A couple of changes for Moore. J.L. Mann now out on the floor. I do have to give some props to Moore for their uniforms. I like that it says the original on there.
Oh, is that what it said? I couldn't even read it.
Yeah. Over to the far side, Ocon blocked, and a point for Moore.
Yeah, no touch. That was, it hit the tape, and so unfortunately, that's just a dead ball.
18-17 with Moore in front. Another ace for Moore. And BA will take a quick time. Coming up next for Broken Arrow, they will be playing Bartlesville on September 16th. That will be here at the Event Center. And then for Moore, they will be on the road, but not going too far. They'll go to Norman North on September 16th.
That's a tough team they got coming up. We don't need to underestimate any of ours, obviously, as well. There's definitely great programs. We have a tough schedule as well, but Norman North being, I think they're ranked 1 right now. Is that
That's Norman
correct?
High.
Norman, that's right.
Yes.
Those Norman, all those schools get.
Well, Norman High, as you bring up, them being the top-ranked team, was actually just upset this past Tuesday by number 15 Stillwater.
Oh, that's right. I did read about that.
So if Broken Arrow is able to get a win here tonight, there's a chance they get more votes and move up in the rankings.
Yeah. Well, we got to do our job. Didn't want to jinx us when we were talking about serves, but we've only got 8 points off of our serves right now, which is, again, back to what we did in set 1. We can't keep doing that. We've got to execute back on that line and rack up the points in that regard.
Serve from Mann.
Back row attack by Leah.
Here comes Owens.
Ooh.
And just over the line. You can see it from our vantage point as well. It was awfully close.
Ooh, they're going to get another warning here because their team is jumping up out of the court. We'll see if he calls a yellow card. He awarded the Lions. Yep, here comes the yellow card. Yeah, there you go.
All right. So yellow card assessed to Moore. And it's for their bench unit.
The thing is he did call it out. He was actually overriding that call from the line judge. He saw in, he saw out, she called in, but they were seeing the line judge and weren't paying to the up ref, and they kind of got in a little uproar there. But second warning, so another one can be a red card, and that's when points start adding to the opposite side.
Yes.
Boswell just checking for some explanation in regards to what's going on.
Boswell trots over to relay the message to Coach Ian Bullen.
Ultimately, when the up ref overrules a call, there's not much you can do, but you can seek clarification. That's what she's doing.
So we get back underway, 19-17, Moore in front. JL Mann to serve.
Sarah has another one of those diving to the sideline. We always say run it out, but she's literally diving it out.
She has done a nice job dodging it at the last moment to get me a couple of points here tonight. I'm sure you're not taught to dodge too much in volleyball.
Oh, I always yell when my girls are, and it's a serve receive and they both split waters and they go the opposite direction. I'm like, guys, this is not dodgeball, this is volleyball. So she's taking it to a whole different level.
A point for the Lady Tigers makes it 20-19.
Yeah, I had a feeling they were off the score there just a minute ago when you were saying it, and so they did award the Lions their point from that mess up.
And there goes another point for the Lady Lions on a long serve. 21-19 now. So the Tigers have their backs against the wall here. Starting to close in on the end of this third set. You certainly don't want to go down 2-1 here. O'Conn flicks it over, and a nice point for BA here.
Yeah, Lily really extended that play, just reaching out there for that kind of a unfortunately shanked serve receive pass, and was able to keep it up, and Devine was paying attention and was able to execute on that. We'll take it.
The BA has to finish here. It's 21-20. Boswell pops it up. Owens off speed, and it works out again. Aaliyah Owens gets the Tigers squared up with Moore.
Yeah, that was great offset on their side. The Lions were able to get their middle running ahead of the ball, and we were able to, they sent it over in a soft manner, and we were able to take advantage of that.
Boswell sets, Metter kills.
That was honestly great control. A lot of people might not recognize it, but Emerson, it's so tempting as a middle when you have an overpass like that to come and just want to kill it. And she just had great control, set it up and said, hey, give me the ball back. And then, you know, was able to execute that kill right there with an actual hit as opposed to an overpass kill, which would have put her off.
So now the Lady Lions call a timeout. They reset a bit. And the momentum with Broken Arrow, but this is something you had just touched on in that second set. You want to make sure your serve here out of this timeout is in play.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, different coaches, you know, we're always learning. Or as a coach, I'm always learning too. And actually, it was a coach in the area that mentioned that she kind of defines them as red light, green light, yellow light serves. And so red light is, I just need the point. Get it over. Put it into play. Yellow, you know, use some caution, just like you would use, well, I don't know, some of us speed through yellow lights, I guess, but you don't want to do that.
I think you're telling on yourself a little bit right now.
Okay, maybe confession here. But yellow, use caution with it. Like, be aggressive, but use caution. And green is like, do your serve, girl. And so I'd be saying, you know, a little bit of a red light, yellow light right now for Lily, and that's exactly what she did. Overpass, here we go. Oh, see. I knew she wanted to do it.
The Tigers put their foot down again.
It's hard to give up 2 of those in a row, right? She wanted to do it last time and it was a little too far off, and yeah, there she just kind of shrugged her shoulders like, oops, sorry, coach, but it was kind of there. I had to.
23-21 now. Boswell's serve gets over. Brazo, back line. Close call here. It'll go toward BA. A point for the Lady Tigers, and now just 1 away from closing out set number 3.
Great serve by Lily right there, taking their outside out of play for the moment. No touch.
Ball goes right back to Moore. They get it over. Boswell sets. Ocon trying to finish, but it goes too far. And Moore stays alive.
No, this is what we want to call our FBK, our first ball kill. So this is what we want to do in serve receive. You want to take advantage again FBK right now and put the game away.
24-22, Strawn with the serve. 6-killer. Boswell flicks it, and it's too wide.
Yeah, I think they would have liked to have that one back a little bit because that was a really great pass and all of our hitters were transitioned and could have maybe put it away a different way.
Some frustration from Coach Ian Bullen. And another error for BA. And as it felt like Moore was on the ropes and just about to go down, they've all of a sudden found a flurry of points and we're evened up at 24.
Yeah, that's when I say strong is not always smart. We need to play smart at this moment. Put it away. There you go. Let's get it back.
Off speed, diving in strong, kept it in play. Boswell again goes to Owens. Blocked and dumped down for a Lady Lion point.
I'm assuming a timeout's come. Yep, there's the timeout.
So it felt like BA had all of the momentum, and all of a sudden they're a little rattled, and it's 25-24. The Lady Lions with the momentum right now.
Yeah, I got to compose yourself in those situations. You know, the difference between getting cocky and confident. And we might have thought we had that one in the bag, and unfortunately, we need to get out of serve receive in order to put it away. So now they're in the advantage. This is our, after coming out of this timeout, we've got to take advantage of it and get that first ball kill I was telling you about.
These are really important moments as you get closer and closer to playoffs, as you get closer to regionals and into the state tournament.
For sure.
You want to make sure that these scenarios where you are down by just a point late that you're coming up big and you're able to get these victories, because when it comes down to it, these ones are really going to matter.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I imagine they have a game plan. They know who's been, I mean, they might even, sometimes we're down there and we're talking to the different coaches, who's been the most on hitter, and maybe saying, hey, this is your move. When the ball is passed, this is who you need to find on the court, and you've got to make the play happen.
Right now it's Metter, O'Con, Boswell, Owens, Six Killer.
Very conservative set.
Moore tries to strike. Both flags go up. It's out, and a point for the Lady Tigers. BA stays alive, 25-25.
I think we dodged a little bit of a bullet. That was real close. It was definitely out, but it was close. That was a great swing by their outside. Shanahan back to serve. Overpass.
Metter tried to get that over. Saved by Mann. That one will get down in time, and the Lady Lions take a 1-point lead.
Yeah, that was our opportunity. We really needed to kind of get 2 in a row, string some together so we can be on the advantage.
Brooklyn Cosby gets back out on the floor for more.
There, Razzo back to serve.
26-25. Great job by Shanahan to get underneath that one. It goes to Cosby. Boswell setting Owens, and not there. Moore takes set number 3.
Yeah, I think there's a little miscommunication on that one. Aaliyah was a little too far back for her to be set. Set was a little low. Unfortunately, fall in that set.
Set number 4 will offer BA a chance to send this one to 5. We'll see what happens. You'll have to keep it here live on ArrowVision.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life.
Get your taste buds ready, because we're bringing all the drip and none of the drama with our new sauced and tossed tender bites. They're juicy, crispy, and sauced like a boss. Bite into your new obsession. Only at Slim Chickens.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling.
The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
It's time to update your kitchen, just for you. Kitchen Tune-Up will make your kitchen look and feel transformed. Let's create a kitchen that inspires and uplifts you. Kitchen Tune-Up. Update, upgrade, uplift.
Get your taste buds ready, because we're bringing all the drip and none of the drama with our new sauced and tossed tender bites. They're juicy, crispy, and sauced like a boss. Bite into your new obsession. Only at Slim Chickens.
Welcome back live on ArrowVision to a feature of Broken Arrow Volleyball. And the Lady Tigers right now, backs against the wall. They're down 2-1 to these more Lady Lions on their home floor. Got a lot of work to do here, Miss Schondelmeyer, and for you, what would your message be if you're the coach down there on the floor with these Lady Tigers?
Well, honestly, what we've been saying the whole game, we've got to be in control offensively and stop playing so much defense. And when we can't put away our serves, that's a problem. That is our strong suit. But our other strong suit is we're averaging, 0.33 percentage or 2.33 as a percentage overall hitting, and we're not putting the ball away. We're keeping it alive, but we're not putting it away. And so we've got to execute. That would be my game plan for them. Communication, I feel like there's a little bit of miscommunication on some of the sets, knowing when somebody, just being smart, knowing when somebody made that pass. It's really hard for them to just rebound right away, which is why a lot of times we're spot serving their main passer or their main hitter to put them out of rotation, so it kind of slows them down because you have to pass and then quickly transition and get out there and make a kill. So just being a little bit smarter about who we're setting, when, and slow down. We need to slow down mentally a little bit and be smarter with what we're doing. And I definitely think it's doable. I mean, obviously you don't beat a team 25-7 without having that athleticism and the capacity, but we need to play our game. Miscommunication right there.
Immediately an ace for Moore, and it's Kristen Strong.
Yeah, that was a great serve placement on their part. Our middle was pulled back a little bit, and it's hard for that defensive player to see that, and it went right overhead. Sarah Sixkeller executing a great pass.
A block from Sydney Nolan and from Jaylee Bell up front. And Moore is off to a quick start here in set number 4.
Yeah, the coach was talking a little bit about Jaylee. I think we mentioned just as far as her leadership and her commitment, and it's a different team when she's on that court. You can tell when she's there.
Boswell kind of no-look flicks that one over, and she's able to get a point out of it.
It's actually really hard to do as a setter. I mean, it's very effective, but you got to know where your placement is on the court in order to take a little off if you're doing that blind. And Lily did a great job there.
Strong setting up Nolan. Not quite what you're looking for there, but BA gets what they're looking for. Divine Ocon with a kill.
Yeah. Great offensive play there. Sending out to Divine, and she had that kill right to seam 2 in the back.
I feel like Ocon kind of needed that one. Last few times she's tried to get one with some steam on it, it's just smacked back at her from the net. And that may be all she needs to reset, and a service ace may be all that the Tigers need to reset. Lily Boswell gets Broken Arrow up 3-2. Strong sends it over. Owens is there with the first touch, and now Ocon again. Divine Ocon putting it down.
Yeah, so we were talking about a minute ago, just saying better know who has the best position to be able to make that play, and Lily had great control, sending it over, kind of clearing the front of the court and sending it all the way over to Divine, who was over by herself.
Bell gets it over. Boswell flicks it to the backside, and there it is. Another point for the Tigers, and very quickly the tables have turned.
Yeah, that hasn't been open a ton tonight, but Lily saw that, saw their middle back was a little too far over and was able to take advantage of it.
Serve for Boswell, kisses the net. Moore keeps it rolling. Metter off speed. Nice job by Sixkeller. And finally the luck runs out for BA.
Yeah, when we get our middles having to turn around, having to block, having to pick up a tip, it makes it hard for them to keep it when that ball stays in the middle of the court and we weren't able to clear it out.
Lyric Howell to serve for Moore. 5-3 score. Ocon pops it over. Nice dig. Moore trying to respond. Nolan blocked by Metter, popped up. Still bouncing around, and finally it hits the floor, but it's in favor of Moore.
Lyric Howell serving these for the Lions.
Boswell to Owens, and it's wide.
Just had a little bit too much turn, little torque on that. We call that a seatbelt swing. Kind of taken from right side swinger going down like you're putting a seatbelt on, and just had a little too much turn on it, send it out of bounds.
So it goes from 5-2 moments ago to now 5-5. Metter gets her left hand on it. Block from Metter and from Owens, and another point for BA.
A great try by their libero over here on the Lions.
Always a little dangerous when you're headed toward the bench. We had talked about earlier when Aaliyah was headed toward it, how that's about the only obstacle out there, but it's also a dangerous obstacle.
Yeah, absolutely. Usually there's somebody saying, hey, we'll cushion you, or you got it, you got it, you got it. Shanahan back to serve, deep ball.
Out of play, and a point for BA. Strawn sets Bell. And Boswell to 6-killer. Ball's just living around the net right now.
We need to clear it out to our right side or Sarah.
Reset, and 6-killer gets the point for BA.
We were just talking about the seatbelt swing, and she just had what we call a thumbs down. So she's kind of putting that right side hand and putting it down in her pocket. Thumbs down to turn it across that sharp cross.
Bad receive from Cosby, and BA gets an ace from Shanahan. Cosby puts that one down, and that's a good way to respond for her after an error on the last play.
Yeah, that was a great, great swing. In for the Lions, number 7, Sydney Lane.
A 9-6 score. Six-killer across the defense, and a point for Sarah, 6-killer.
Yeah, she saw it open again. Looks like she scored her point off of before, and she's like, I can still see that it's open, and that was a great, great placement, ball placement by 6.
When kill is in her name, you feel like she's got to be able to get some points that way.
Exactly. Sarah's a very, very consistent player. She's great ball placement.
And Bell puts it down for Moore. They answer right back with a kill of their own.
Elise Pope coming in. Back to the service line. Great dig by Shanahan there.
Gets over to 6-killer, blocked by Moore.
Good defensive dig by Shanahan, seeing that, getting it up.
Roble, Boswell, 6-killer, hits the stick.
Yeah, she closed her shoulder a little too much on that one. Only option was going to the antenna. Got to come up with an open shoulder. Coming across the court, we always kind of, Bolin said this before, like 900 volleyballs can fit on her. I don't even know how many he says before, but like can fit on. You just have to find a spot for one of them. And so sometimes it's just body angle. Back row attack by Leah.
Owens able to get a point from the back row attack that you had touched on earlier is something that Aaliyah Owens does very well.
She's very good at it. I just think some of our placement when she's been back there, our passes have not been as accurate that they usually are, but we were able to take advantage of it on that pass.
11-8. Strawn over the net, and the Lions get their point right back.
Yeah, you want that block up there, obviously, but sometimes it's a detriment because it slows it down just enough, and your defense has already gotten into their position because they think it's coming for a deep kill, and it's hard to pursue those sometimes.
Mann and Razzo back out there for the Lady Lions, and it's Mann to serve. Patton re-enters for Broken Arrow.
Short ball.
Robel did a nice job to get underneath that even after it hit the net. But that's where it ends for Broken Arrow as Moore gets a point.
Yeah, she could see that it was going to be a short serve, but hitting the tape too, and then you add in how you're already pursuing. It's hard to get that. It's a tough ball.
Six-Killer. Shot to the back line, and Six-Killer gets another point up on the board for the Tigers.
Sarah Six-Killer back to serve. We're talking about consistent hitting. Sarah is also a very consistent server. I think I usually do the serving stats for our team, and I think the last several weeks she's been 100%. We don't always get a point off it, but she always gets them in. So she's a very consistent server for us.
O'Conn able to get the point there for BA. Struck it through the block and able to get it down to the floor. Block there from Patton.
Yep, I saw that coming from Lily.
Boswell gets it over.
We'll push.
This time Boswell will set it. O'Conn flicks it.
Keep him out of system. That was a great pass, though. Oh, nice.
And a block up front for the Tigers. I believe it was O'Conn that got to that one.
Yeah, the out of system from a right side perspective is really hard to read the timing and the position of it. So they weren't able to execute on that one. Nice serve by Sarah.
Another block for Moore. And a block for BA right back. Off speed for Moore, and a great shot from Sarah Six-Killer. She finds that empty zone and she strikes it.
So we joke about this a lot because we say, and I'm sure Shearer has already gotten up and said something based on Sarah's face. We're just like, we can't always do that in varsity volleyball, but she was so good about that in like rec and even sometimes club when you're not playing great teams, doing this little free ball kill thing that she does to the deep corner. And Shearer got onto her last match, and I'd be back there sitting on the bench right now saying to Shearer, "Oh, it worked that time." So good for Sarah.
I know that Coach Bullen loves having Shearer on the staff. She is a really hard-nosed coach, but she is a really good volleyball mind as well.
Oh, for sure. The ladies respect her. She knows she knows what she's talking about. They don't always. We joke. They don't always understand when you get into your Croatian voice, but she's just really well liked, and they know that what she's saying has merit, and they respond well to her. But yeah, she could be fiery.
Definitely been a great addition to the Tigers staff. And the girls have been able to improve under her leadership alongside Coach Bullen. Scoreline right now, 15-10. It'll be Six-Killer to serve now.
Overpass, Emerson. Oh, that's Kelsey, sorry.
Patton just decides to snap that one down, and an easy point for the Tigers.
It's super hard to defend when you have an awesome middle like that knows how to swipe the hands or redirect, and Kelsey took major advantage of that one.
somehow Moore able to escape there and keep it going.
Back row attack. Aaliyah, oh, just off.
Owens tried to go off speed and took too much off of it.
Yep.
And it falls short.
She saw the open right behind, but yeah, dropped her elbow just a little bit, and like you said, the little off-speed ball. That was a great serve and run by Sarah, though. Got five points for us there.
Patton.
I don't think Kelsey was ready for that.
And it ends up getting points on the board for BA. 17-11.
Lily just said to her, my bad. Kelsey's like, oh, I got long arms. I can make something happen, but I was not expecting that ball.
Well, now Patton will serve.
Overpass. Yikes. Yep. That's the disadvantage sometimes. You get really excited about that, and the timing has to be on. Otherwise, that's exactly what happens. And I think both of them went up. It might have been maybe a little bit miscommunication on who was actually going to take it, but unfortunately, it's Lions ball.
That's what I was going to call it as, was a miscommunication. But that was through my lens. I wanted to see what you would say first. But yeah, it looked like a miscommunication. Metter gets a strong strike through, and Mann was able to get under it, but it hits the candy cane, and it's 18-12.
We haven't run that play a ton tonight. Emerson's really good. It's what we call a slide ball, and she's really good about that. She actually usually sends it really far into one, kind of cross court, and that one she stayed in the middle and the back, and it was really effective.
Metter, left-handed, gets it over the net. Now over to Razzo for more.
Oh,
Six-killer, a great dig. Ocon, now Metter's right there. And Boswell can't dive to it.
Yeah, I think that surprised the Lions player a little bit. She's laughing down there a bit about that ball.
A couple of good defensive plays, though, from Six-killer and Metter, and that's why you have those rotations, and you're always backing up your front line and your blockers up there, because you never know when it might just spill out your way.
Yeah, absolutely. Back to serve is, looks like Lyric Howe. Yep, number 3.
18-13. Owens. And a point for BA.
Net violation.
So BA closing in on a set 4 victory, just 6 points away. But of course, the Tigers in set 3 had themselves a pretty nice lead, closing in on a victory, and all of a sudden things slipped away and Moore got the win. So as I mentioned earlier, Broken Arrow has to finish, and they have to do it here. Another net violation.
No, that one's a back row attack, so that's what we were talking about. Technically, the setter's coming from the back row, and so anytime she goes up and there's a blocker on the other side, if it crosses the plane of that net, they're going to call a back row attack on the setter.
Okay.
So that was what happened there. So we always tell our hitters, you go up with everyone, because you never know what's going to, if it's a setter, it doesn't matter, but you go up, and as soon as the ball's live, as soon as any part, even just a tiny portion of it, crosses the plane of that net, and that's what happened there.
So it's 20-13 right now in set 4. Tigers trying to keep it alive and send it to 5. Moore wants to end this now and start the buses a little early. We'll see what plays out as we're getting close to the end of here, set number 4. One thing that Coach Bullen had mentioned earlier to me, and maybe a piece of motivation for, if no one else, at least just himself, but maybe the team as well. He mentioned that the only straight sets loss, or at least 3 straight sets, loss last season came against Moore. He had said that there was other 2-set losses, but in a real true regular season matchup, Moore was the only one to get a straight set victory over Broken Arrow in 2024. So a little added motivation for the Tigers.
Sure. Anytime you play somebody like that, you want to come back and have a win against them for sure.
Boswell sets up Metter. A block for Moore, but it goes soaring out of play, and a point for BA.
That's a great swing. Emerson's very strong, so usually she gets a hold of that ball. The deflection is pretty big, and to our advantage that time it went out. Overpass here.
And Metter can just put it back down. She made a face after that one, well, I guess I'll put it over there.
We don't usually have that many in one night, but it's funny just watching because I know what the coaching staff's doing. It's like, your timing better be good. Your timing better be good.
Service error for Shanahan, and the ball goes back to Moore.
Yeah, it's very rare for Shani to do that. She's only missed 2. That's her second miss of the whole night, and she's had a lot of serving runs, so she's done great. Back to service, Sydney Lane, senior for the Lions. Great pass by 6.
Great dive from Shanahan, and Owens gets it over. Bell, Shanahan again. Boswell to 6-killer. Good job defensively from Strong. Boswell to the back corner. It's in. A point for Lily Boswell and a point for the Tigers. It's 23-14.
Yeah, I'm going to credit that rally right there to Shanahan. Holy cow. She was all over. She was on the floor more than she was up. She had some great digs that kept that play and extended it for us. So shout out to her.
Well, you had mentioned how excited the team was when they found out she was healthy and ready to play. And you can tell why.
Yeah, she's a dog.
That one just at her toes. It looked like her momentum was going back. Couldn't quite get under it, but it's 23-15.
Yeah, I think she's been, Jaylee's been hitting line pretty consistently tonight, so she was shifted over just a little bit and then just read it just a tiny bit too late and wasn't able to get down for that ball. Elise Pope back to serve.
Serves too low, and an error gets the Tigers another point, and they are now just 1 away from sending this to a 5th set.
Yeah, you can see some of the frustration on the coach's part, just of the miss serve there.
Strong barely keeps it alive. Roble to Boswell. Miscommunication, and Patton hits that one as Owens was charging up. Boswell chasing it down, 6-killer over the net, and that is it for set number 4. The Tigers take it 25-15.
It's all about what kind of start you come out with, and again, we came out with a strong serving set. That I feel like I'm on repeat tonight, but that is what is keeping us, and that is our strength. And if we keep doing that, we should be good. But we always have the saying of you need to be the first to 5, first to 10, first to 15, because that's all the 5th set goes to.
Well, now things hit a different gear. We're going into the 5th set. Both teams going to want to win this one as we go down to the wire. You'll want to keep it here on ArrowVision to find out what happens next.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
It's time to update your kitchen, just for you. Kitchen Tune-Up will make your kitchen look and feel transformed. Let's create a kitchen that inspires and uplifts you. Kitchen Tune-Up. Update, upgrade, uplift.
Get your taste buds ready, because we're bringing all the drip and none of the drama with our new sauced and tossed tender bites. They're juicy, crispy, and sauced like a boss. Bite into your new obsession. Only at
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
We are back, and I hope you've got your popcorn because it is set number 5 now. Dylan Rivera here on play-by-play. Kelly Schondelmeyer handling the color commentary duties, and it is neck and neck, Coach. The Tigers were able to get set number 4 with a 25-15 victory. Obviously, now is when you really want to get a win because your backs are against the wall, and you keep talking about it. You've got to get points off of your serves. That's the key here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we may have started a little slow, but it's how you finish. And so we got to come out here and execute. Looks like the Tigers had the serve to come out here in that first set, which is great. Lily's a very, very strong server, so hopefully we can take advantage. And like I was telling you in the breaks, your goal is always first to 5, first to 10, first to 15, and put the game away.
This is our first time being able to stream Broken Arrow Lady Tiger Volleyball, and a good point from Aaliyah Owens to get set number 5 started. She just pushes that one off to the left.
Yeah, great swipe block on that. She saw it. Her hands I think her whole shoulder gets over the net. She's so tall and jumps so high. I love watching Aaliyah block.
Aaliyah is just built for volleyball. We talk about players that look like volleyball players. Again, Aaliyah Owens is one of those players.
Yeah, she can take like 5 steps and she's all the way across the other court already. A little miscommunication on who their next server is.
And going back to the point about this being our first broadcast for volleyball, it's really been interesting to see how the schedule has played out for BA. I mean, you start off tournament heavy, so you've got 12 matches in 9 days. And then over the last 18 days before this game, you only had 3 matches. Yeah. So a little bit of a full steam ahead at the start, and then you pump the brakes and slow things back down.
We're also getting ready. This is, what is today? Thursday, Tuesday started our little train of home matches we have.
Yep.
This past Tuesday, today, and then next week, Tuesday and Thursday. As well as we host a JV tournament next week. No touch on that.
Ball hits the net and comes back down on the Moore side. Tigers get a point. And we are looking forward to streaming next Thursday's match. That'll be against Claremore, but more importantly, that'll be senior night for the volleyball team.
Don't get me started on that one.
And I know Ms. Schondelmeyer will cry if I start getting too deep on that one.
Nice, up
Crosby
Haley.
Tried to kill that one. Roble got underneath it, and Basel just can't reach over the bench.
Yeah, she was looking at that, the playing areas anywhere. As long as you have 1 foot down, you can actually extend. And she looked down before she started running because, like I said, she's known for getting bruises and all that kind of stuff because she'll go all out. But she looked down and she's like, I can maybe make a play. Just out of reach, unfortunately.
Gave it a shot, but just out of reach. 2-2 scoreline. Moore to serve. Good dig from Six Killer. And a good dig from Howell on the other side. Bell, Roble, Six Killer, and there it is. Good rally between the two sides, and Six Killer brings it to an end with a kill.
Yeah, both of these teams know what's at stake. Obviously, Moore looking for an upset here, and BA looking to continue their record against 6A teams. So everyone's giving it their all and trying to fight for it.
Serve too long for Roble, and again, knotted back up.
Elise Pope coming in to serve.
You bring up that 6A record. The Tigers 10-0 against 6A opponents. Want to keep that record clean here tonight. But Moore has not given it away for these Lady Tigers.
Yeah, Bullen was talking about just the strength of their schedule. The Lions really have a tough schedule ahead. They play tough teams that are on the book, so their record might always show that.
Yeah, Owens softly put that one over, but Moore kept it alive. Howell again doing a nice job on that back row for Moore. Nobody touches it. The ball goes out of play and a point for BA.
I think that one stressed Bullen out. Hands were above the head like, oh boy.
I think I can see a little bit more sweat on his forehead from here.
Shanahan just smiles. She's like, I knew it was going out. Come on now. Have faith.
Strawn sends it over and finds a weakness in the defense. Point for Moore.
Got to be ready here on this next, get the side out, and on our next server, we really got to take advantage of these plays and get some points on the board, string some serves together. Back to serve, JL Man.
It's a service error for Moore. Ball goes right back to BA. O'Con onto the floor, taking the place of Shanahan. So it's Six-Killer, Roble, Owens, Boswell, Patton, and O'Con. O'Con got it down, and it goes out, and a point for BA.
Yeah, great play by Devine, seeing that open spot. Mission 1 accomplished, first to 5. Now we got to get the first to 10 here.
6-4. Serve in from Six-Killer and an ace just at the right time.
Sarah has been so effective serving that one spot over there, really taking advantage of it. And the other thing Sarah does is the whistle's blowing and that ball's almost in the air, so she's got a quick, fast speed to it. And sometimes that's hard for teams to adjust to.
Strawn. Boswell sets up Patton. And Razzo puts it down for Moore.
Libero Izzy, Evershed back to serve.
Six-Killer got underneath that one, but it looked like as soon as it made contact with her arm, she knew she didn't make the right contact. So it's 7-6.
Good effort by Haley trying to pull that one up and keep it into play. Yeah.
O'Con gets another point on the board for BA.
So when she started flying through the air, I'm like, oh boy, Divine's mad. It's coming down.
Lady Lions want a timeout. 8-6 score, set number 5. This is big. If the Tigers can get to 10 first, like you said, that's the next marker. You got to think the momentum is on the BA side.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting ready to say a minute ago when they were serving. I said, we have to win this side out. We have to, because you start, I mean, although Moore is pretty far away, they got their team, their bench, their other players, they're keeping their team in it, and they have a lot of energy here. And one little thing like that, you tie it up, and they're going to go crazy, right? And so that was the opportunity that we needed to take, and we took advantage of it. So now it's time to put the foot on the pedal and let's move forward and finish this set.
For a Thursday night, about 2 hours from home, Moore's got a pretty good road crowd. They actually made the road trip up here, and it's going to be a late night as we've got 5 whole sets, and it's 9:33, so they'll be getting home late tonight.
Good thing BA has distance learning tomorrow, so we can all sleep in a little bit.
Positive for the Tigers, at least.
Wait a minute, never mind. JV and freshmen have tournaments. We're going to be up.
Got to set that alarm, Coach Schondemeyer.
Yeah, multiple.
Patton to serve for the Tigers. O'Con have a little bit of that.
A little delay on the R1's call. I was worried that he was going to maybe call over the net, but it definitely crossed. But sometimes when they delay on that call, you hold your breath a little bit.
9-6.
Great float.
A block, but it falls down to the floor. And Sydney Nolan gets a point for the Lady Lions.
Yeah, I think we just misread the timing on that block a little bit. Came and hit Lily's forearm as opposed to her hands. Kristen Strong back to serve.
Boswell to Ocon. She rises up and tries to put it down, but Jail Mann's underneath it. Roble can't get to that far zone in time, and Razzo all smiles as it's 9-8 now for Moore, and they get the ball back.
Yeah, Razzo's having a great night tonight. She has put away multiple balls down that line, just being super smart with the ball. Good for her. Slide.
Boswell sets up Metter. And now Metter can just push it back to the back line. And what a smart play from Emerson Metter.
You know, our middles always joke sometimes, like, you know, in practice, can I be setter, can I be setter? Well, Emerson used to always want to, and you know, I coached her when she was in junior high, and she actually has fabulous hands, and so she saw that and was able to send it. Usually we're telling our setters, our middles, don't you dare send it over on two, because you're going to have two-ball contact, but Emerson, like, legit has good hands.
You can see it on that play. Ocon smashes one down, but Strawn was ready. Boswell flicks to the back corner. Mann has to work for it. Good touch from Roble. Ocon to the back corner. Mann is having to do a lot of running around on that back row.
Well,
Six Killer goes too far with it and a side out. 10-9.
Lyric Howell back to serve for the Lions. And have to fight for every point here.
Howell's done a nice job serving tonight for Moore. I believe she had one service error earlier as well, but for the most part, she's been successful. Strawn sets up Bell. Roble's there to dig it out. Owens puts one down.
Whoa, good constraint there by Emerson. Did you see her trying to wind up? And she's like, okay, I'm not going to do it.
Bell barely gets it over, and Boswell and Ocon can do nothing but watch it hit the floor. BA wants a timeout. Score is even at 10.
A lot of excitement there on the Moore side right now going into this timeout. So the conversation I'd be having is, hey, you guys got to put an end to it. You've got to find your momentum. You've got to find your energy and go all out. Play for each other right now. Play for each other. Play for the BA on your jersey, not for the number.
I'm glad you bring up the play for each other mantra. That's something that's been really big with this volleyball team, is playing for each other. And we talked about earlier the chemistry that this team has and how connected they are. But one thing that Coach Bullens talked about with me is they're very happy, jovial, having a good time, but then when it's time to lock in, they lock in. And right now, this is the moment to lock in.
Yeah, I mean, even just watching back your, uncaged episode that you guys had just last week with the seniors, it's hard for some of them to be serious together because they're just such close friends. They're like sisters by each other.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, that camaraderie helps them get through tough moments. But now the momentum shift we need to take advantage of and put this ball away.
Owens will put it away. A point there for BA as Aaliyah Owens comes up big.
Should be Lily back to serve, I believe, unless Lily just served. Oh, Shanahan. Great person to be back to serve. Take advantage of her being in a defensive position as well. Great rotation.
Chance to get some real momentum going here. Howell receives the serve. It finds its way over to Cosby. Roble there just a step late.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a weakness over in that back corner for us tonight. Sydney Lane back to serve, senior. She's come in a few times as a serving specialist.
Boswell to Six-Killer. Blocked but kept alive by BA. Boswell sets up Six-Killer again, and this time it'll be a point for the Tigers.
Great roll shot there by Sarah, slowing it down a little bit. Just got the defender on the other side stuck on her heels and took her to the ground.
I'd imagine there was a little bit of worry from the Tiger fans when that ball just barely got over the net, and it felt like, oh no, something's gonna happen. There's too many Tigers right there in that one spot, and suddenly Six-Killer able to find a point.
For sure. Our goal right now is to keep it out of system so they can't be setting Jaylee right now, and that's where they keep going. The last four or five balls have been set to her, and unfortunately we caught her off guard on that one.
Strawn's pass just a little bit too far behind Bell.
Yep.
And so it makes it a 13-11 score line with Roble to serve. Blocked up front by the Tigers. Boswell setting up, Six-Killer. Howell gets under it. And it's a good thing the event center has some high ceilings. That one might have come back down in a lesser gym. Moore somehow doesn't get called for anything there, and Roble comes up underneath that one. Now Shanahan, Roble again, and somehow the Lady Lions get a point on that rally.
Yeah, a little too many overpasses that got us up out of position, and we weren't able to get back into our defense on that one. I know they're questioning right now back row attack going up over the net, and so the up ref is discussing the position of the ball on the net.
(13-12). This one is about as close as a volleyball match can get. Owens. Cosby keeps it alive, and then it hits the floor.
Whew, I'm on the edge of my seat over here. I don't know about you.
I told you I try to sit down in my broadcasts. I usually don't end up sitting down. I'm getting very close to stand-up territory.
You're like hands crossed. I'm sitting here pounding the table. Oh, Leah almost. No, they're going to go to that right side. Leah's got legs. She's got room.
Bowen's got to move out of the way. Boswell gets it over. Moore slowing it back down. Cosby gets blocked, but it goes out and down. So Moore gets their point right back.
She's had a few of those tonight. They just hit the tape and just kind of roll out. Well, confusion on what the call was, whether or not they should sub, but it was indeed the Lions' point. It's a good lineup here right now for us on our serve receive, so hopefully we can put the ball away.
Shanahan, Roble, Owens, Six-Killer, Patton, and Boswell on the floor. Owens, Boswell, somebody's got to get it over. It'll be Patton. Owens again, running all across the floor. Six-Killer down in the middle of the defense, and a huge point for the Tigers. It's 15-13, and Broken Arrow takes home the win.
I don't know if many people saw what just happened there, but that was a difficult play for Sarah Six-Killer. She was mid-rotation, saw the ball coming to her, turned, spun, and made the kill. Excellent execution on her part. Great save by Boswell to keep the ball into play there a little bit earlier in the rally. But hats off to Moore. They came and they played hard. But thankful the Tigers pulled it out tonight.
Excellent job tonight from Sarah Six-Killer. We don't have an official player of the game for these broadcasts, but I think I would give it to her in this case.
Yeah, she like I said, you just can't get a more consistent player. You know, just growing up with her, seen her through rec ball, she just got done playing club ball with my other daughter, and she's just the thing about Six is she's just a great team player. She's energetic. you know, and she's, you know, there's been talk, you know, where she said, but I'm not the right size or whatever. And it's like, girl, if you can jump and you can be consistent, there's a place for you, and there is 100% a place for you at Broken Arrow, and she is filling that place well. And interestingly enough, in the past, Broken Arrow hasn't always had the biggest, tallest outside hitters, but they are consistent and make it work, and that's what happened with 6 tonight.
Broken Arrow able to close things out in 5 sets. The scoreline reads this way. Set 1 was a Moore victory, 29-27. Set 2, BA took the victory there, 25-7. Set 3, Moore 27, BA 25. Set 4, BA 25, Moore 15. And set 5, the Tigers 15, the Lady Lions 13. Again, we'll be bringing you next Thursday's senior night game. That'll be against Claremore. You've got Lily Boswell, Divine Ocon, Cameron Lehrman, Bella Schondelmeyer, Alyssa Childress, and Sydney Caroon all being honored on senior night, a special group of seniors.
Oh, absolutely. We've seen them play together for, like I said, several more on rec team together. Quite a few of them have been on club together. They're just really good friends. If you don't find them on the volleyball court, they're at Sand Volleyball. They're going to Cherryberry. They're just always together. And several of them are just, you know, like consider one another best friends. But even the ones that don't necessarily have, like, they're not necessarily their best friend. They are super close friends still. Yep. So it's just a great leadership team on and off the court, and it shows, you know, like I know my daughter in particular has always said they've always wanted to be the seniors that they wanted, and so they are really trying to rise up to that, and it shows in how much love and commitment they have towards one another, and how accepting they are of underclassmen, and really, you know, letting them thrive. And I think that's one reason, you know, Six and Aaliyah and Shanahan and Haley, who was not, you know, she was on JV last year, and are able to step into roles at varsity because they're accepted, because that's coming from the leadership of that seniors and really saying, hey, you're doing your part and I'm here to support you.
The leadership also shows in the record. The Tigers now 12-4 overall, 11-0 against 6A opponents. Their next matchup will be against Bartlesville on September 16th. That'll be on Tuesday night. Moore will play at Norman North that same night. That'll be a road game for Moore. They move to 5-13 on the season. So the Tigers get a big 5-set victory here. We thank you for tuning in tonight. For Kelly Schondelmeyer, for our incredible ArrowVision crew, I'm Dylan Rivera. We thank you for tuning in. We hope you have a great evening.